What are the top 5 things expats wish they knew? There you go. There's a belter, isn't it? I've got Rebecca Want from Marbella Interiors with me. Designer-inspired furniture schemes, but without the designer prices.
Indeed.
There you go. So, Rebecca, we're going to go through the top 5 things expats wish they knew. Or this is a good one because we've been expats for a combined total of about 700 years, haven't we?
Yeah. In reverse order?
Please.
Tax planning importance.
Ooh. Yeah. You got stung by
Got to
this.
get organised. No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's really when you kind of don't put any preparation into tax planning, you kind of think, oh, I'm coming from the UK or from the US or from Germany or whatever, and it doesn't mean you don't pay tax, and it doesn't mean that things are going to be the same as in your home country. So a lot of expats get stung. They forget about certain taxes. Again, it's sometimes a question of hearing what they want to hear.
Yeah, and you can be on the Costa del Sol and own property back home, and then that has tax implications as well, doesn't it?
Because you've got to decide, well, not decide, it's decided for you, but where you are a tax resident. And obviously if you're moving here and you're here for more than half the year, you are a Spanish tax resident and different rules apply. And
can you get advice which would be preferable?
Yeah.
Because you obviously do get people that are retired that maybe want to go between the Costa del Sol and their home country.
Yeah.
There's controls on how long they can be there.
Absolutely. So it comes down to how many days you spend here. And for expats, which this is, it's generally you're here permanently. So they just, you just need to make sure that you've got all your bases covered in Spain. What's number 4?
Number 4, healthcare setup.
Yeah, another one. So we're very lucky here on the Costa del Sol and also in Spain in general that we have a very good
National Health Service.
We do, don't we? It's not without its flaws.
No.
But it's pretty good. But what is the game changer for me is the quality of the private healthcare.
Yeah, it's great to have as a backup, to have the two, and to get an appointment, speed of appointments, and things like that. The state hospital is excellent, especially here. The one in Marbella, the Costa del Sol one. It's rated and all that kind of thing, and you've got a great kids hospital in Malaga and things like that. So the care is there, but having that balance between, I've got a cold, my kid's got a cold, I'll nip to the private doctor and I can get in there now. And it's not too expensive, the private insurance, or, wait a week or so for an appointment with the doctor, then for a referral to...
But that's the key, isn't it? I mean, I've
specialist.
got people in the UK who are, they're not feeling great and they're having to wait 4 weeks for a phone appointment with their doctor.
Yeah, it's not good enough, is it?
And so it puts them off going.
Yeah.
Whereas, like you say, if the public health system is clogged, you can just go to your private hospital, queue up for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, get seen by somebody, get a prescription, off you go. And
it's nice to be, and to be in a position to financially cover it, that you can have the balance, because private healthcare isn't too expensive. It's
not expensive, not compared to the UK, for instance. And the problem with the UK is that normally you have to get referred by a GP to then go into the private system. So it's just clunky, isn't it? Yeah. Number 3.
Banking differences. Yeah, Spanish banks.
Come on, tell me.
Oh, don't even get me started on Spanish.
You've had a few moments recently.
I have had a few moments. I was declared...
And you speak Spanish
fluently, I speak Spanish,
like a native.
And they decided that I died and cancelled everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So that was a bit of a process, getting that all back together. So yeah, be really careful with which bank you work with.
But they're all pretty nuts, aren't they? What gets me is that they say that the system here is more relationship based. So, if you get to know your bank manager, the problem is you go and get to know your bank manager and then a week later the bank manager's gone off to Almeria and you're like, oh,
yeah,
we're dealing with
people
now.
Do get moved around.
Move around. The closer they get to the manager's office, they're next in line, aren't they?
Yeah.
But it's gone from that. I used to go into like the branch of Cacamar in Alveria and they'd have like drinks laid on and it'd be like, what the hell? No. Now they don't even know I am.
And they open, for instance, if you want to pay bills directly through the bank, it's kind of a Tuesday from 8:30 till 10. If you want to pull cash out. So it's a Wednesday between 8:30 and 11 and things like that.
It. I went in to get like 200 quid cash. Oh no, you can't.
You can only use the cash machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the point? What's number 2?
Community living rules. That's important.
It is. Are you a community rule abider?
I like to think I am. I
do try.
I do try. I'm the president.
President.
Only because nobody else wanted to do it.
No, that's true. That's true. So what do we need to look out for? Living on a community.
I think one of the main things that comes to mind where I know people that have got caught is if there's any building restrictions.
Yes.
because quite often
extra extension.
there's not just what you can build, is when you can build. So sometimes you can't make any noise in August. I worked on a development in Elviria where you couldn't do any building work from Easter till October.
Oh, that's a bit much.
And a client had decided to just do the whole, don't ask permission, just ask for forgiveness later. So demolished the inside of their house and then got stopped. So they literally had 6 months worth of a completely just demolished house. You just got to be careful.
Yeah, haven't you? And what about number 1? This is going to be your favourite.
Paperwork.
What is it? Because there's paperwork everywhere. I mean, I've just bought a place in England and there was paperwork and hoops to jump through. But there's something about the Spanish paperwork.
What you have to be, you get used to the system though. But what is good is it's changed. It did used to be, it was all a bit vague as to what paperwork you needed, and it depended who was on the desk. And, you know, when we first moved to Spain, you know, you'd go to it took us 2 years to get our NIEs. And we were literally going back to the police station with the paperwork and she'd sort of say, nah. And then one day she just said yes. And we didn't really know what we'd done different. You know, so, you know, whereas now, you know, it's a system. And there are I always recommend people getting an assessor, a gestor, or a lawyer, any kind of paperwork, where it's passports, NIEs, bank accounts. Do the queuing, make the appointments, and because it's very specific what you need. You just need a lot, and 2 photocopies of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, good stuff. Thank you so much for running through those for us.
Thank you.
And until next time, cheers for now.